Welcome to the Intuitive Pool Podcast and welcome to Season 6. This is a time of harvest. This season is dedicated to bearing the fruits of your labor as we come into alignment with your full joy, your full trust, your full faith, and your fullest expression of your leadership today. I am so excited about sharing this next season with you. Hello from rainy season Bali once again. I won't be videoing these podcast episodes whilst I am here simply because it's a whole lot easier to upload audio rather than video with very slow internet speeds here. So today's episode is informed by what I was present to yesterday. And I was present to conflict and how conflict allows us to work with paradox and irony. Paradox and irony for me are always, when not held in fear, are always pointers to deeper leadership, are always pointers to more specificity about our leadership, and are always pointers to a more beautiful vision. So let's talk about paradox first of all. And as I speak about this, I just want you to have a think about what you may be conflicted by in your life at this point. So just have a moment to think about what you might be conflicted about in your life presently. You may need to pause this so that you can get present to that. Otherwise, this podcast episode will simply be theoretical, and it's not what I want, especially because we are talking about this season being a time of harvest at the highest level. So with a theme like that, I really am intending that these episodes are super powerful in that you do see the abundance of who you are. I just had to pause that because I just had the doorbell go. So if I can remember where I was at, I was talking about this season being dedicated to this being a time of harvest. So yeah, I'm really choosing that these episodes have really deep value for you as you appreciate the abundance of who you already are and bear the fruits of all the labor that you have given to your inner world over the years. So now that you might have in your mind's eye something that you're conflicted about, let's bring the power of paradox to that and the power of irony. So what is the perfection of paradox? The perfection of paradox is that you can hold two seemingly opposing variables and they can coexist. And they can coexist each in their own perfection. And when you're able to not hold the paradox in fear, but instead in acceptance of what appears to be two seemingly opposing variables, what you may begin to see is a more beautiful vision begins to form as a result of these two seemingly opposing variables that look like a paradox. So again, you might need to place pause on this episode as you become present to the possibility of paradox being part of the story of what you're conflicted about. And can you, if you can see that paradox is part of the story, can you accept these two seemingly opposite variables and allow a more beautiful vision to form. So I'll leave you with that in relation to paradox. Now let's move to irony. So what's the perfection of irony? Well, irony allows us to see also the perfection of the moment, but with more depth. And I love when I am in conversation with a client one-on-one and we hit that moment of irony, because it always shows me that it's always leading to their leadership with more specificity. Hard word to say, that one. And always pointing to their leadership with more accuracy around how they can be of service and what they are here to be of service to. So again, run whatever you may be conflicted about right now and ask yourself, is there irony here? And if there is, I want to say congratulations, because have a look at it through the lens of how is this showing me what my leadership is in service to with even more clarity. When we hit that point of irony, it is a delicious, delicious moment. So I hope today's episode has been valuable for you. It is definitely one not to skim over. It's absolutely one that you have to give pause to and really be present to the power of paradox and the power of irony in relation to what you might be conflicted about, so that you have even more clarity around your leadership and around an even more beautiful vision that is forming as a result of that. I look forward to sharing the next episode with you. Gosh, the next episode was tricky for me. I was awoken this morning at 2 a.m. It was pretty wild here in Bali last night with lots of wind and noise. And boy, oh boy, was I being provoked and prodded in relation to my leadership and my superpowers for 5 hours. And so I am being very present to that right now. And I shared that with a beautiful friend Fiona, who said to me, wow, Bali is really holding you accountable to your superpowers. And so I'm looking forward to giving that more presence and being with you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.